Good morning, people. So today we're gonna deal with choledochal cyst. Okay. So just when you hear the term choledochal cyst, it's gonna be chole means gallbladder and cyst means it's a cyst. But imaginatively speaking, I don't like they're consider it as a misnomer. Like it is not exactly a cyst. It's gonna be a dilatation of the dilatation of the biliary tree. Okay, so well, you're gonna first write about the definition, like we always do, and so it is a dilatation of the extra or intrahepatic biliary tree, and this dilatation could be a focal or a diffuse one, and it is usually associated with a pancreatico biliary maljunction. Okay, these are the two things that you have to consider. It's going to be first is that the dilatation and pancreatico maljunction, and this thing can be either it could be a single or multiple extrahepatic or intrahepatic, focal or diffuse. That's the next thing that you're going to remember. And when you're talking about the pancreatico biliary maljunction, you're going to say the channel now becomes the pancreatic common channel. I mean the common channel between the pancreatic and the biliary. Look, this is going to be the common bile duct, and the pancreatic duct, the common channel becomes more than 2 centimeters. That is called as the pancreatico-biliary maljunction. Because of this, what happens is that there is reflux of the pancreatic enzymes into the biliary tree. Into the biliary tree, thus causing enzymatic destruction of the biliary tree walls and all such things, thus leading to ductal wall weakening and dilatation of the dilatation. And this is according to the Babbitt's theory. Okay, that is Babbitt's theory. And then this could either be one of the reasons, or it could be either due to a defective embryogenesis, where there is a abnormal early canalization. Okay, abnormal early canalization of the of the bile duct with distal obstruction. Okay, here it's obstructed only. The common bile duct is common bile duct undergoes early canalization, because of which there is a proximal pressure, thus leading to weakening and dilatation. This could be one of the reasons, or like only these two things. And then after giving a detail about the choledochal cyst, what choledochal cyst is, the two things, dilatation and the pancreatic biliary valve junction, you have to explain because of that what are happening. And then the other thing including would be the early canalization. That's all. You have to mention all these things. Now we're going on to the types of choledochal cyst. Okay, choledochal cyst, you have 5 types: type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4. In 4 you have an A and B, and then 5. So type 1 will be a normal dilatation of the extrahepatic. Okay, normal dilatation of the extrahepatic biliary tree. It could be either saccular or cystic or fusiform, and according to which it is type 1 A, B and C. And then you have type 2. In type 2 it is there is the diverticulum, that is there is an extra hepatic diverticulum, extra hepatic biliary tree diverticulum. And in type 3 there is intraduodenal dilatation of the biliary tree. Look, for example, in this picture you can see over here, this is a this is a dilatation. This is a saccular type of dilatation which comes under type 1b, and this could be a diverticulum, a small pouch like of the biliary tree. This is type 2. And over here you can see it is intraduodenal. Okay, intraduodenal dilatation, this will be my type 3. And my type 3, yeah, right. And in type 4 you have extrahepatic and intrahepatic involvement. If it's suppose only extrahepatic, if it's only extrahepatic and intrahepatic, it is type 4a. And if it is only extrahepatic, it is type 4, type 4b. Over here you can see there is extrahepatic and intrahepatic involvement, that which is type 4a. And if there's only extrahepatic involvement, it is going to be type 4b. And if there's only intrahepatic involvement, it's going to be type 5. Okay, which is nothing but Carley's disease, Caroli's disease is intrahepatic involvement of the cyst, choledochal cyst. And there's something called as the Caroli's syndrome, which includes Caroli's disease plus hepatic fibrosis, congenital hepatic fibrosis. That's all. So after types, knowing about the definition and the types, now we're going to the clinical features. The clinical features, it's a cyst obviously, so you can just write about there could be there is obviously going to be these are the three main things. Okay, there is going to be right upper quadrant pain, and that pain right upper hypochondrium pain. And there could be a swelling, there could be an palpable abdominal mass which is smooth, round, not moving with respiration, not mobile and resonant and all. And then you can add obstructing jaundice, because it is going to be obstructed due to the choledochal cyst. The things are going to be stasis and obstruction is going to happen. And then So after the presentation, you're going to talk about the investigations that would follow. For the investigations, you will obviously go for US abdomen and ultrasound USG abdomen, CT scan, MRCP because of pancreatic, and MRCP, ERCP could be used, cholangiography could be used to look at the delineate the ductal anomalies and all, and then liver function test and all such things can be used. And the treatment is usually, it is a cyst, right? Okay, so over here, you either cut off the cyst. So what happens is that the section of extrahepatic biliary tree will happen. Extrahepatic, you resect the extrahepatic biliary tree, and removal of the cyst occurs. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Okay, we'll go on with the treatment again. In the treatment, it could either be the defect is removed. Okay, so the resection of the extrahepatic biliary tree with removal of the choledochal cyst is occurring. Cholecystectomy is done, and ROX NY jejunostomy, hepaticojejunostomy. That is, if suppose this is the dilatation, we remove this part, and the jejunum and the hepatic thing is connected. Anastomosis occurs, and then in type 1 this could occur. And in type 2, what is type 2? Type 2 is diverticulum, right? In diverticulum, you just cut this place and suture this wall, and that's all, you're done to go. And in type 3 is involvement of the intraduodenal part, right? So the intraduodenal part, then in this case, endos- endoscopic sphincterectomy is done. Sphincterotomy is done, and then that's all. And type 4, that's all. I think this is enough. It's usually this ROX and cholecystectomy, and repairing of the part which is cystic. That's all. And okay, what about the complications that is going to get involved in choledochal cyst? Okay, there's a cyst. There's a problem in the gallbladder. So anything related to gallbladder would be gallstones, CBD, because it stasis and all, CBD, gallstones, and cholangitis. You might get pancreatitis, which is nearby, cholangiocarcinoma, malignancy, and all such things are gonna be common. That's all. Yeah, that's all. We'll see you again with biliary atresia.